It's time to finally install it into the window frame. I found it easier to place the bottom part in first, and while holding the top seals in place, slide the top part of the ceiling plate into position. Now you can place the hose in. Press down firmly until you hear a click sound. As you can see from this angle, it locks into place securely. I noticed some slight gaps at the top of the hose, so I cut some foam pieces in half and stuck those around the edges. So that looks pretty good, but still a few slight gaps, but a window stopper of some sort would do the trick. Much better. Hey guys, I just bought a new portable air conditioner, and the instructions to set up in my sliding window were completely vague / non-existent. So this is a step-by-step guide to get you up and running this summer. What you're going to need on hand is a screwdriver, measuring tape, scissors, and these rubber and foam weather seals that I got from Bunnings for $11. The rubber strips say 5 meters, but I'm not going to be cutting the strips in half, so I'll only get 2.5 meters out of these. So you may need a little more, as I only had very little left of both the rubber and foam when I was finished. So let's start by fitting the window ceiling plate to the window frame and mark with a pen the place of best length. The ceiling plate I got with my air conditioner has pre-drilled holes that didn't line up with my mark, so I shortened it to the closest hole. And this is okay because I will just use some of the foam later to bridge the gap. Once you determine which hole is the best fit, fasten the screw. Every window might be a bit different, but with mine, if I slide it all the way to the left, and I'm not sure if you can see at this angle, but it's too deep, so I will add some of the rubber seal to the inside of the window frame so there's no gap once it's finished. This is optional, so you can skip ahead if you don't intend to do this. I need to check that the window will still close because I do intend to put it away when summer's over. So I'm using something that's about the same width of the rubber, and if the window closes, it should be fine. Measure the height of the inside of the window frame, measure the rubber seal, cut it, and place it, pulling the back of the adhesive off little by little, and check that the window still closes. Step 2. Attach the rubber and foam seals to the window ceiling plate. The extension part of the ceiling plate is a couple of millimeters narrower than the bottom half. So I'm going to place the rubber seal on this part as it's a bit thicker than the foam, and this will ensure the seals line up nicely when it's installed. Measure the extended part of the ceiling plate to where it lines up with the bottom half, and cut 2 parts of the rubber to size, one for each side of the ceiling plate. When it's time to stick the seals on, line them up to the back edge so they look even on both sides. So remove one side of the adhesive strip little by little as you stick the rubber down. Then remove the adhesive strip on the other side and press it down. Repeat the same process with the bottom half of the ceiling plate, but this time using the foam. Measure, cut, and attach it to the ceiling plate. Step 3. Installing the window ceiling plate and hose. First, you need some strips of foam to keep the ceiling plate in place. Measure across the width of the ceiling plate. These extra strips will be placed at the top and bottom of the ceiling plate. I'm not going to stick these to the frame as it'll be easier to remove the air conditioner when not in use and replace again when needed. I stuck together a piece of foam and rubber for the top seal. It's time to finally install it into the window frame. I found it easier to place the bottom part in first, and while holding the top seals in place, slide the top part of the ceiling plate into position. Now you can place the hose in. Press down firmly until you hear a click sound. As you can see from this angle, it locks into place securely. I noticed some slight gaps at the top of the hose, so I cut some foam pieces in half and stuck those around the edges. So that looks pretty good, but still a few slight gaps, but a window stopper of some sort would do the trick. Much better. I also filled the gap between the 2 windows by sticking 2 pieces of the foam together and pressing it into the gap. Step 4. Extra tips. I've used an old QV bottle to collect the water runoff, and it fills up every day. Also, since the hose gets hot, I wrapped a towel around it, and finally I cut a hole in the curtain for the hose so it looks neat and discreet from the outside. So there you have it, a well-sealed and nice-looking portable AC in just 4 easy steps. Thanks for watching. Hey guys. So since the internet's been down at my house, I decided to buy this Optus 4G USB modem for $15 from Officeworks. And it comes with 4 gigabytes of startup data if you activate within 30 days of purchase. I didn't find it very easy to set up, unfortunately. It wasn't like a plug and play deal, but it is a mini modem and there is a technical aspect to it. But the instructions were either wrong or just inconsistent with the actual setup I went through. For instance, it shows a diagram of how to put the SIM card in, but I got a no SIM card message when I put it in that way. Then I tried reversing the SIM card face down and that worked. Next, I had to set up a profile because I bought it through Officeworks and only if you buy it at Optus will they do that for you. Navigate to the settings menu and click on profile management. Now, when I selected Optus prepaid from the profile name menu, notice the APN says reconnect, but in the instructions it says to name it connect. So I made a new profile, naming everything connect to be on the safe side. Now I can activate the SIM card. The website listed in the directions didn't seem to work, so I googled Optus Activate SIM and it brought up a different website address, which maybe there is just a special offer going on right now, but it was just another inconsistency I noticed. I went through the process, putting in my details, and then came to this page where I had to select a recharge plan. And that seemed strange because I wanted to use the 4 gigabytes of data it came with first, rather than spending $30. I got onto the live chat and was told I had to select a plan, but I wouldn't be charged. But when I did select a plan, the next page asked for my billing details, and this still seemed wrong, and I didn't want to risk being charged and having to get a refund and all that drama. So I got back onto the live chat and customer service offered to activate it for me. And this is how I recommend you activate your SIM if you want to grab that 4 gigabytes of free data. Don't do it through the activation page, as I don't even think the customer service rep was sure that was the right way to do it. Anyway, once the SIM is activated, you just have to wait anywhere from 15 minutes to 4 hours. I had it plugged into a USB hub and apparently it doesn't work like that, which took me a few hours to realize, so make sure it's plugged directly into your computer or laptop. The only downside is that it takes up so much room that I'm unable to use my HDMI socket, so I've switched over to my HDMI to Thunderbolt cord. I hope these instructions help you get up and running and back online if you find yourself needing to use a USB modem like myself. Hey you guys, this is a video to show you how to save hundreds of dollars at Woolworths this year using e-gift cards. This image from MoneySmart shows that most households spend between $240 and $340 a week on groceries. If your spendings are in the latter, you could save almost $900 this year using this simple trick. First, you need to head on over to cashrewards.com.au or click the link in the description box below to get $5 after your first purchase. This is a similar site to ShopBack, which I also recommend you check out because you can be strategic with ShopBack and Cash Rewards to save even more, which I'll explain at the end. But right now we need to use Cash Rewards. So search for Woolworths, click the gift cards option to save 5% and shop now. Make sure you select the Wish e-gift cards because they're free and quicker to receive than a physical copy. Select the value. I believe $500 is the maximum per card, and the quantity. Add it to your cart, and you can see instantly that you've saved $25. Click Customize and Checkout. Put in your details. Select Email the cards to me. I leave it on Use Same Message and just add some random text in the From box. Click Pay. Now these are not instant to your email as the funds need to clear, so it could take a few hours to a day to receive these. So I usually buy one as soon as I use up my last one, so it's ready to go next time I need to shop. I live in New South Wales, and you can use these at Woolies self-serve checkouts here. There is an e-gift card option for payment. You will have to select the amount you want to pay from the gift card and input the card number and PIN on the EFTPOS machine. Then the remaining balance displays on the EFTPOS machine after you've paid, so this can be helpful if you're not sure exactly how much is left on your card. Sometimes I'll pay like 10 cents on the e-gift card, check the remaining balance, and that way you can use each card to completion. You can also keep track using the Woolworths Money app, but I find it unreliable. For this video, I received a connection error, but if it's working, that is another option. Now, if you're new to Cash Rewards and ShopBack, these are sites that give you back a percentage of your spendings over a huge range of online retailers. At this present moment, ShopBack is offering 10% cash back for online Woolies purchases. It's normally only 2.5% and Cash Rewards is about 1.75%, but it's important to note that you cannot use these cashback offers if you pay for your order using the gift cards that I just showed you. So right now it would make more sense to use the ShopBack 10% offer, and then when that expires, which is usually within a week or so, go back to using your gift cards.